The other one, Dave, is now that the Saints are out of the playoffs, Brian Campbell is being rumored to becoming the next head coach of the Detroit Lions. Is this going to be good? Is this going to be bad? Is he the right coach? I don't know, but here's what I do know, Dave. Everything I'm hearing sounds very familiar to Matt Patricia. And the reason why I say that is, they want to bring in Campbell because he's a culture guy and he's going to build the culture. He's going to give this team some toughness because he was the coach in 2015 when Philbin was fired after 4 games, after a 1-3 start with the Dolphins. Philbin was fired in 2015. Campbell took over, kind of was a shot in the arm to that Dolphin team that had Lamar Miller on it, Ryan Tannehill on it, Devontae Parker on it. And they finished 5-7 the rest of the way that year, 6-10 overall. To me, I look at this and I go, I get what the Lions might want to do with this, Dave. But yet again, like I said, is this too close to Matt Patricia where it's like, we're going to get a culture guy and then it's not going to work out?
See, the problem with Matt Patricia wasn't so much culture guy, it was that he's an asshole.
Good point.
When there are culture guys who are players' coaches, those guys who want to run through a brick wall for you. Matt Patricia just comes off as an asshole and a hard ass, and his players hate him for it.
Yeah.
So I think there's, Matt Patricia gives off the, I was next to greatness, I coached greatness, and you know what, I can turn your team into a 2. It's a hardworking attitude, yada yada yada. But like, if there's no buy-in from those players, that just builds resentment. Like, you just do not like your coach at that point, because you're like, we fucking suck, man. I'd get it if you're like, I need the 110%. We are a shit team, and you are still hounding us like we're trying to win a Super Bowl here. Like, I get you, but I just could not give a fuck anymore. And that's what a lot of the players seemingly came out with. I'm paraphrasing some things here and taking some liberties, obviously, but that's the general vibe they've been given out over the last month or so. So I think that this is a much better fit. I think that he is a coach who is better with players. I think he's someone who not only has been on great teams, but like you said, he was able to take over a team midway through a season and kind of guide them successfully to something respectful.
Here's the difference, though, and yet again, I don't want Lions fans, and this is if Campbell becomes the coach, because right now nothing's official. Everyone's just seeming, it's like one of those where it's like, oh, this is probably going to happen. We're talking like it's going to happen, but nothing's confirmed. Things are different than it was in 2015 because you have a so first off, you have the decision of what Dan Campbell, do you stay with Stafford or do you go with a young kid? Because Ryan Tannehill was a 27-year-old quarterback at that point. Matthew Stafford is nowhere near 27. He is on the other side of 30.
Over.
You've got Lamar Miller as a running back, 24-year-old Lamar Miller, and then 22-year-old Jay Ajayi behind him. You kind of have that here. Like, Kerryon Johnson's a good running back. Injuries have plagued him. I like DeAndre Swift. They just haven't been able to get anything going with the run game. And last year, even AP, it was kind of like a 3-headed monster back there. And then wide receivers, they had Devontae Parker, where this year there are 5 wide receivers for the Lions that are free agents at the end of the year, to where it's like, how many of those guys will be back? And is your pick in the top 10 going to be a wide receiver? So you're either getting a young wide receiver or a young quarterback.
Yeah, they have a lot of decisions, and hopefully he'll be able to have some say on this. Obviously, not the GM of the team, but you know what? It's new crew in there, right? Detroit cleaned house pretty much thoroughly. So I'm hoping that he will have some sort of a say as far as the future of his team's concerned. Again, it is very much a team by team, depending on how much say the coach gets as far as draft picks. But I think with a new coach and a new GM, they might be on the same page, might be able to work together and get this shit sorted straight. So I'm still positive on the hire. I like it. I do wonder what they're going to do with Stafford going into this next season, if he'll be moved to a team like the Colts or not. We will see. I mean, there's a lot of interesting options out there. One of them maybe down to his old team. Maybe just does a swap-a-roo. Gets old Jameis Winston for Matt Stafford.
Jameis Winston for Matt Stafford. Yikes.
Obviously, Jameis is not going to fucking half of what Matt Stafford is.
Yeah.
But be interesting to see. You know, I liked seeing shit like that go down. I think that Stafford likely will be on the move.
Well, because also the thing that I look into is what's his staff going to look like? Because, yet again, that's a lot of things with a head coach. But with a guy like Dan Campbell, because to me, he is not a guy to where it's like, for example, Brandon Staley, you know, he's going to run the defense at least. A guy like Brian Daboll, he's going to run the offense at least. Dan Campbell is like your Urban Meyer. He's a culture guy. He ain't going to run the offense or the defense in my mind. He was with the Dolphins, was a tight end coach. So like maybe he helps out with the offense, but like in Miami, he didn't really have to do that. They had Lou Amarillo, who is currently with the Bengals as their DC. You have Zach Taylor and Bill Lazor were on the offensive side. Zach Taylor now head coach of the Bengals, and Bill Lazor was with the Bengals. Now he's with the Bears, Dave. So it's like, yet again, you had some guys in there that were like, okay, we're capable guys. It depends on who's going to come in and be this staff with him and get the most out of these sides, because I don't see Campbell being a one side or the other guy. I'm a culture guy, and I'm going to basically delegate my coordinators to kind of do their jobs and hope that they hit on theirs and I can build the culture I want.
And I will talk to them about that.
Basically, I will talk to them about that, Dave. I didn't like that either. That did not look good out there. I gotta go talk to them. We will get that squared away. Like I said, this is one I wasn't really as passionate as the Staley one. Like, I'm not in favor of this move, but yet again, it's going to be a wait and see to see how it works. But I'm not very optimistic about this coaching hire if I'm the Lions.
I'm not pessimistic. I think hey, I want a non-asshole in my fucking head coaching position. Mission accomplished, people.
I love JD. Jesus, I wish they'd take Lou from us. This guy doesn't know how to call a defense. Oh, I fucking love it, Bengal fan.